to. I hit record a little sooner this time, Sean.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I
Thank
just
you.
yeah. I want to make sure that we didn't bump into what happened last time. Hi, everyone. It's your friends here from the Prime Real Estate team, Tony and Sean. Sean was just reminding me that I forgot to hit record last time. Did we do that? What was it, twice or three times?
Oh, well, we've done it a couple times. I like, I'm either, as I've said, for me, I'm either going to get it in one take or 33 takes or somewhere in between. But hopefully we get it in one this time. So,
Oh, there we go. Well, listen, of course, we're here to give you the monthly sales tax report for what happened in real estate in the month of April. Sean, I'm sorry I cut you off there. It looks like you're going to say something.
well, I was just going to say it's May. It's May the 4th, and that's
Oh,
Force Day. Force Day. So that's an important day for you
may
and
the
for me.
may
But
the force be with you.
yeah,
Um, you know what? People, you can't really see it, I guess, from the Zoom thing here, but people ever once in a while ask me who this gal is in this autographed signature there. That is Carrie Fisher. And it
wow.
says to Tony Joe, and there's also a Mark Hamill one up above it. So yeah, there's some Star Wars that happens, and a little bit of Star Trek as well for anyone who knows me. But let's get right back to what we're talking about here, because people are curious about what happened in the real estate. So if you've read the news recently, you're going to see the sales were up 288%, three times what happened in April.
Million.
A million. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's just remind you the sales stats for April 2020, that was an abnormal month because that was when COVID hit. That's when the bottom fell out and that's when the market dropped. So we don't typically have 200, or was it 287 sales? 5-year average pre-pandemic is somewhere around 800 sales a month. That's what we're used to seeing. So it was low last time. We had another strong month, right, Sean?
We had a very strong month. And so, yeah, we're not comparing apples to apples. I think we were in full lockdown pretty much in last April 2020. Tony, that's the big difference. I think obviously there was enough, it would have been higher had we not been in full lockdown, but we obviously needed to be for everyone's safety.
Mm-hmm.
But what we have now is we have the second highest sales ever, second behind for an April, second only to 2016. We also combine that with the lowest ever inventory levels we've had, and that's a really good encapsulation of the market right there.
Well, as you can see from the report that I've just got up here for everyone, yes, you can see we had 1,116 sales last month, which, by the way, was a reduction from March. And that is odd because normally April is stronger than March. But you just said it, and you said it a couple months ago too, Sean. If there was more inventory, there would be more sales.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, and that's where we're at right now. So at 1,454 active listings, down 36%. A couple of other things I want to show you folks here. The unit number of sales, and like I said, we ended up at 1116. I just want to stretch that up a little bit here. Last month, 1173. The last large April we had was back in 2016. We refer to that often. 2016 was a crazy year, right? But every other month, when you look at it here, again, the average is 700, 800 sales thereabouts. So we're still very healthy as far as demand. Obviously, there's a lot of demand, right?
Well, it's telling. I mean, yeah, there would be more sales if there was more inventory, but it's still really telling that we had our second highest April ever despite all-time low inventory. So, that's just really the super low interest rates, in response to the pandemic. I don't know about you, Tony, but I'm constantly asked, is it the pandemic or is it the interest rates? And it's like, well, that's a chicken and egg pretty much. It's,
Well,
the egg.
I'm glad you bring that up because I was going to mention it at the end of this session. I did an interview for the British Columbia Real Estate Association. I'm the occasional guest podcast host. I did an interview this week with Mario Canseco, who is with Research Co. He did a survey in the Lower Mainland asking consumers, so this is buyers, this is sellers, why they feel the real estate market is what it is. And the overwhelming response from everyone, both buyers, sellers, gender, all age demographics, the overwhelming feeling is interest rates. So that's what is driving the marketplace. I'm going to get back to that though. Let's just finish off the stats that we're talking about here because I do want to cover that with everyone. Inventory down, sales up, same story we've been talking about for months. But what's been different, Sean? Tell us about our experiences in the month of April, because it was different.
Well, the near the end of April, things were actually changing a little bit. We're only on May 4th, so we can't really talk too much about May. But from my experiences, I've actually seen a couple of listings hover on the market for a couple weeks before they actually sell. And the best anecdotal evidence I've got from the last week is when it got two offers together last week. One, we were competing, and we actually got it for this price. This price had come down. They lowered the price after 2 weeks, and we got it for $100 over list price.
$100.
$100,
not $100,000.
Yeah, and the other one had sat on the market for 2 weeks, had a price reduction, and we didn't compete. We just got it. So I think a little bit of the heat's come out. I think that I think buyers are exhausted because of what we've been seeing, and also for some people who have conventional non-high ratio mortgages, the stress test is going to be going up a little bit here too, which might take a little bit of the pressure off. But overall, supply and demand just means that for those looking for correction or a crash, it's just almost impossible for that to happen given where we're at right now with supply.
Yeah. Okay. So my experiences too. We had an offer for a buyer who's been looking for a while. The seller set a offer date for Sunday, but then they sent a message saying, "Oh, we don't need to wait to send anything in." So we set an offer in with the regular conditions. They decided not to take it because they wanted to wait till Sunday. So they asked us for early, but yet they wanted to wait. Come Sunday, guess what? No offers.
Crickets.
Yep. So she managed to get the property at the price plus conditions. We had all conditions, financing, inspection, all that stuff. It was because it's been a good 5 months since I've had something like that. It feels like, right?
Right. I was just speaking to a lawyer that we do business with on a regular basis, and she, I said, gotta, can you help us out with this client? And she, called me up, and I was just like, well, conditions are out a week, and there's just this long 3-second pause. She's like, I love you.
Yeah. So there's that. Now, I think it's really important for people to know, like, that is not indicative of the entire market, because there's still segments that are hot. I mean, like, for instance, that West Shore 700, 800 kind of range, we're still seeing multiple offers. We secured a huge dollar on a half duplex in the Happy Valley area there, record dollars. So things in particular price ranges are moving, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've had quite a few listings sold in the last 10 days too, right, Tony?
Yeah.
And quickly.
Yeah, but now, mind you, it's different, okay? Because, for instance, we had a house in the Mount Doug area in the right price point, didn't get the traffic and activity that we would have expected. We didn't get multiple offers, but we got an offer on offer date, and it sold. It was clean. It was a good figure. So things are just happening different. I think as licensees, it's a reminder about the fact that we have to be really nimble and adaptable as to what's going on here right now. So biggest thing is prices aren't going down. I had another client from Ontario basically say, what would be a good price to get this house for? And it was a hot market segment. I said, a good price would be to get the house, because we're not talking, it's not deal time right now. And it's only because there's not a lot of choice, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. It's that sometimes it takes a couple of offer attempts at writing an offer before buyers realize that the goal here is if you want to get a house that's it's still a seller's market, but we're seeing signs that the people might actually have time to think a little bit right now. So just a tiny bit, not a lot.
And the other frustration, because we should wrap this up, man, we could talk forever today.
Mm-hmm.
But the other frustration is, buyers and realtors play by the rules. They see the notes. They say no, offers on Wednesday, right? So you wait. You have a showing. You're not doing anything, and then all of a sudden you get a message. Oh, the seller saw a bully offer, decided to take it. So there is a lot of frustration from that end too, because by just playing by the rules. People aren't getting what they hope, right?
Well, legally, people don't. Those aren't legal rules when someone sets an offer date. But In my experience in the last 2 months, most sellers want to stick to that schedule because it really does benefit them to get as many buyers through as possible. Also benefits some buyers, gives them a chance to get in before it sells. And I've been coaching a lot of buyers to say, if you want to try an offer before the offer date, the biggest risk you've got is that you'll offend the seller. Now you're at the bottom of the list. That does happen quite a bit too. It's the bully offers are not the majority, but they're still happening for sure.
Yeah, and the weirdest thing is when the seller takes one of those bully offers and it's conditional.
Yeah.
So they go, oh, we took an offer, but we've got conditions until whatever next week. And like, what?
All throughout the last 4 or 5 months, when we've had those really high sales, there have been 2 or 3 high profile sales. Like for instance, that one in Vic West with a suite in it, Tony, that went for well over. We know that the next closest offer was substantially lower, but that one was conditional. It was conditional, so it happens, but not always.
Yeah.
That one wasn't a bully offer though, so I maybe misspoke there and out of context. That one was.
All right.
That was not an offer.
Well, listen, let's just wrap up because I want to share with everyone again this survey that we talked about. I will put the link down below for the this particular research company, the link for the podcast that I did last week. So here we go. 2 in 5 British Columbians think low interest rates are the main factor, and for people aged 55 and over, that increases to 53%. 3 in 10 British Columbians believe that COVID is the main factor, and significantly fewer British Columbians point to the finger at a low supply of properties and the behavior of realtors. See, the other thing that these guys talk about a lot is whether or not the government should intervene to slow down the marketplace. And they also talk about things like whether or not multiple offers should be outlawed or transparency should be added to the multiple offer process. So really interesting survey. Again, I'll put the link down for anyone if you want to listen to it, if you want to read the survey. But there we go. Interest rates.
I listened to it.
Okay.
That was actually a great interview. No surprise, you're really good at those, Tony. But I really I liked the methodology that you guys talked about. Not just the numbers. It's just this is what we do and this is how we do it. It was a really good listen. I learned.
Well, Mario was super engaging. That was great. That was great. So, anyways, guys, there we go. It is May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. That is our sales report for April. Hope you're all doing well. As always, if you have any questions, you want to talk about anything out there in the marketplace, just let us know. And we're here to help. Tony, Sean, we're going to get Megan in here one of these days. Yeah, she's out and about. And we'll see you guys next month. Bye.